Now, the major issue is really when you come to CO2. CO2 is lifetime, and if you see those little notes at the bottom, my colleagues have been very scientific in putting this in a very, unfortunately, scientific term and not the way I would have written it, is that it's basically 30 years plus 30 years plus a lot more. Which means that in simple language, if a ton of carbon dioxide is emitted in 1860, there's quite a lot of likelihood it's up in the atmosphere today. So that's the problem with climate change. You emit, it stays. You will also hear people talk about sinks. When they talk about sinks, it simply means the Earth's natural ability to clean the shit or the dirt that we put out. So if we put out carbon dioxide or methane or nitrous oxide, the Earth has an ability to clean itself. What is that ability? The forests, the oceans, the land. Now, if the Earth lived within its ability, so it said, I've emitted so much, but my sinks can clean up everything, we don't have a problem with climate change. The problem today is that your sinks are very small as compared to what you're emitting. And that's really the accumulation, the concentration of greenhouse gas emissions is increasing because of that. So that temperature increase is today inevitable. There's nothing we can do about it. We cannot take the gases out of the atmosphere. It's already out there. Now, all of you, I'm sure, have read 2 degrees centigrade is what everyone is saying we need to limit the increase of temperature to. In fact, most environmentalists argue that 2 degrees centigrade is already too much, that what we need is 1.5 degrees centigrade. 1.5 degrees centigrade has gone. The time has gone. But perhaps 2 degrees we can limit. But remember, if you're already at 1.8 degrees centigrade, between that and 2 degrees, the window of opportunity that you have to act quickly and act drastically is very, very, very small. And that's what the world is looking at today.